It's non-stop rock talk with Tyson Bryden. Come on for the ride. We'll take you inside. Non-stop rock talk. It's non-stop rock talk with Tyson Bryden. Come on for the ride. We'll take you inside.
Welcome to Non-Stop Rock Talk. This is your host, Tyson Bryden. It gives me great pleasure to welcome from the band Bad Marriage, Mike and Tommy. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Awesome, man. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Very good.
Hell yeah.
Good. Are you guys in Boston?
No, we're actually in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Bad Marriage is from Massachusetts, and we're a Boston band, kind of like Aerosmith and the Cars and stuff. But the five of us, the original five, grew up in towns all around Boston. About a half hour to 45 minutes outside of the actual city.
Cool.
But we rehearsed in Boston for most of our lives, so. Yeah, it's just easier to say, yeah, we're a Boston band other than, list five towns. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, it's a centralized area, right? Big city. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. So you guys have released your brand new album, which is called Match Made in Hell, which dropped on March 13th.
Yes.
Via RFK Media and Amplified Distribution.
Hell yeah.
And here we have it right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
And here we have it.
And you have it too. Awesome. Right on. Good. So, I mean, this album is really good. It's funny. I had Ron Keel on, I think, on the show like 3 months ago, and he was super excited about it. He was telling me how awesome it was. So
he is, man.
Yeah. So he's like, wait to hear this thing, and he was not wrong at all.
Sweet.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, we're excited about it, and we put a lot of love into this record, so
it's totally great that people are vibing on it, like how we were feeling. Like, man, people are gonna love this. They're gonna love it.
Yeah,
and then that happens. It's fucking great.
Yeah, so we're glad people are digging it, and glad you're digging it, and Ron's been awesome with us, and he's just an overall
he's rad,
super positive dude, and he's such a hard worker. So it's just a great guy to have on our team.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's heavy, it's gritty, it's in your face, just the way I like it. I mean, I like that kind of, especially guitar. I mean, heavy guitar in your face kind
Lots
of thing.
of crazy guitar going on.
Yeah, it's heavy guitar. You're right. It's in your face. It's relentless. And that's what we wanted. We wanted to come out swinging since, Tommy joined the band. And we think we put a solid rock and roll, destructive piece of work,
a lot of shrapnel flying around.
Tommy calls it shrapnel. He's throwing a lot of shrapnel around. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now let's discuss this cover before we go into the material on the album. It looks awesome. And now I'm kind of curious about the chessboard, and it's very visual, which we both kind of just looked at. And it's kind of hard to describe in words as well. What was kind of the meaning behind it?
Yeah, well, we, it's for old school Bad Marriage fans, or Bad Marriage fans kind of that have been with us along the way of all of our releases. We use the same artist, which I love, going back to, Metallica albums, Megadeth albums, and artwork and their t-shirts. They, Iron Maiden, they got this one concept, and it's kind of one big storyline or, evolution, right? So I've always loved that as a kid. I think we all have, when you get your cassettes and CDs and vinyl and you can follow along. So that being said, the guy's name is Dean. He's a super talented dude. But to get into what the actually depicts, well, the name of the album and the title track, Match Made in Hell. So a chess match, right? Yeah. It's the devil playing chess. So that is a match made in hell. But, all the chess pieces are previous
characters that have been on other records.
Yeah. So he's tying in the different Bad Marriage art along the way and
there's this
concept. So it's
character they got called Tapehead, and they've made shirts, and it's just fucking looks badass.
Yeah,
If you look on there, you'll see them.
yeah, it's got everything though. It's got a piece of the little robot in the bottom left. That's from our last EP, Artificial Mind. And the pawns are kind of like our mascots, that devil dog. So yeah, it's pretty rad.
That's badass.
So we're
Badass. That's cool. You know what? It's funny. I was actually on your site today in the store because I was curious about the other albums because I honestly haven't heard them. I've only heard this album. So I was like, and I was looking at the vinyls that you have on, and I was like, so I'm up in Canada. I'm in Toronto. So when you figure out like shipping and our dollar shit. So when you it was like the two albums were like 152 Canadian, but I was like, you know what? It's worth it. It doesn't, I mean, when it comes to music, I don't really give a shit. Like what it costs. If you like it, right? And you're going to buy it. So, but those look great too. I mean, what you guys have different vinyl colors and those look really great.
Yeah, we always try and make cool stuff and top quality, but stuff for collectors. And when you do stuff like limited vinyl, and we did only 100 of a certain color on the first record and 100 of a certain color on the second, and people love it. Some people buy all three, and we love doing that stuff because that's the stuff we liked collecting. When we were kids with stuff coming out. So yeah, we try to carry that torch as much as we can.
Well, it's funny to buy this vinyl. I got it on Amazon, but Amazon.ca. So we're different than the States. So we have Amazon.ca, not available on Amazon.ca.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So I got it on Amazon.com. But
it's much cheaper on Amazon, which we try and because the band, we don't make money off of that. But like, when we sell it from our own website, I know it's more expensive, but it's helping the band out. It's going for gas money. It's going to all of our bills and stuff. So yeah, you can get it on multiple different places, which is great about our amplified distribution. But it's cool. It's good to be available to everyone everywhere.
Well, I do apologize for buying it on Amazon.
No, it's all good. I'm just
no, it's but I mean it was just, and they didn't. It was actually a good price on Amazon, which was crazy. I was like, this is a brand new release. Why is it so even with the exchange and the shipping? I was like, wow, I kind of had to pick it up because I wanted it. Yeah,
I don't blame you. Blame you.
So now the red vinyl itself too on this album. Oh, I guess it's red, like a burgundy. I just pulled it out.
Yeah, we call it Blood Moon. That was like the name given to it. Yeah, and it's all just to fit the vibe of Match Made in Hell. That whole theme and the colors, and we just thought that was a cool take on the color of the vinyl.
I love the fact that the name of the band is Bad Marriage, and then you've got this song called Match Made in Hell. They kind of go together. Was that on purpose?
No, but yeah, it definitely does. It happens.
It happens. Oh, that's cool. And I mean, the video for this song looks great. The video for Match Made in Hell looks so good. Looks so cool.
Yeah, me and Tommy had a blast rocking out at the church and stuff, so it was fun.
So where was this church?
It was in the bowels of Boston. That's all I can say. I can't say anything more, or they will come and get me. Yeah, and I will never be found again. So we'll just say it was in the bowels of Boston.
That's cool. So you guys as guitar players working together, how do you guys on this album? How did you come up with parts, and how did you guys kind of work it all out just in pre-production, and you play this and I do this and that kind of thing?
Well, we had a lot of the record, so we got, obviously Tommy here wasn't in Bad Marriage from the beginning, but, his old band Tesla, we were touring with them for a while, and long story short, then I met him, and now he's been with us for a few years. So we were halfway done, a little bit more halfway with this record and material, what we thought, we thought we were done, and Tommy joined, and it was a little overwhelming, but in a good way, because he had all this new material. He had all this stuff to add to our songs that we thought we were almost done with. So he breathed a lot of new life into songs that, were almost old to us, and we just wanted to get out there. And then he made
And
it.
I had a feeling about him and wanted to put my stamp on him, and I did.
Yeah, and when he got free rent, I mean, Tommy, I'm like, yeah, these are us. Like, do whatever the hell you want to do
Let
to
me
them.
rock, man. It was awesome.
So we had a mix of him putting his stamp and his flavor on our older stuff. Well, our stuff that had already been somewhat written. Then we took new ideas that he had, and gave them life, and then
wrote some together.
And then we wrote some together. Yeah. So it was fun, but it wasn't, like we sat down as a band and said, okay, for this month, we're going to write a record. This is just stuff we kind of pieced together, and it was fun, and it came together awesome and seamlessly. That's what was fun about it. It was never any like
things worked nice.
Yeah. We never looked at each other and were like, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you want? Like it was always just something was always popping off and happening. So it was pretty badass the way it came together.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun.
I mean, knowing Tommy's playing, I can hear Tommy in there, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We spoke 5 years ago when you did the Skin Suit album.
Oh, right.
And I loved that record. I loved that
Wow.
record, man.
You liked that record.
I loved it. I thought it was
Yeah,
I
cool.
loved it, man. It was so good.
Cool. Thank you.
That's so funny. Cool.
Thank you very much, man.
So now, as in, I was talking about the video. Tommy, what is that guitar you're using in that video?
Yeah, that's a Kramer Voyager, and I bought a couple of them. They're from the 80s, early 80s, and I got 3 different Kramers, and I'm having some trouble with them, but I love playing them, and they look fucking cool. But that's actually a guitar I had in Tesla forever, was a Kramer Voyager that I put a Beretta neck on. That's what that green one that was a star body I had. So that's what it is.
So, yeah, he was all hell bent to get him again. So he had.
Yeah. So I
got a couple special deliveries to my house. He's like, look out for the mailman, and it was a couple Kramer Voyagers. So yeah, cool. We're still tweaking them a little bit, but they look and sound rad.
Neato, yeah.
So,
They looks awesome. That's why I was asking about it, because I was really curious about it, because it looked cool.
Yeah, and I think it really looked it matched the overall vibe of the video as well. So that's
Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah. Now the lead off track is Head Trip.
Mm-hmm.
I love the vocal in that song, and then there's a bunch of parts where it doubles. Who's singing the doubling part?
Oh, that's me. That's me. I'm singing lead vocals on a lot of that record actually, which is a whole
time they've done that.
Yeah, a whole different thing. I mean, again,
fault.
Yep, Sami's fault. So again, I know you said you haven't listened to anything previous of this album, but Johnny, our lead singer, has been primarily the lead singer. But on this record, as I was writing or ideas, and I send them out, because I do all the recording, the mixing, and the mastering here, right where we're sitting. It's my basement. I do all of that stuff. So when I send out new ideas to the guys, I usually put my vocals on it if I have an idea for a song. If I have a chorus that I think is catchy or cool or something, I usually will sing on it and send it to the guys, knowing that it's not going to sound like that, because Johnny is going to end up being the singer, obviously. So Tommy was like, hey, is that you singing on there? And I go, yeah, just trying to get an idea across. And he pushed me a lot to start singing more. So a lot of these songs I'm singing a lot on them. Most, I got to.
They're doing trading off and stuff on a couple of them.
So cool.
And some an Alien, Neato.
Yeah, so the last song on the album, Victims, that's me on lead. I'm singing lead on Rock and Roll Alien in the verses, and House of Cards, I'm doing most of the vocals. So it's just been, and the Pennyman is all me too. That was a song that I thought I was going to do a solo project thing, and I ended up using it in Bad Marriage because they all dug it. So yeah, what do you got?
I'm yelling on Ashamed to Be Human.
Oh yeah, it's Tommy singing on
heard that. Yeah.
Me and Tommy yelled on that together. Yeah,
yelling.
That was fun.
That's cool. Which brings me to Ashamed to Be Human.
I'm ashamed to be a human being, yes.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. That's an interesting title, because maybe you can kind of tell me about that a little bit, because I was like, there's
Makes you think.
It does, because you know what? Sometimes you feel that way.
Totally.
With the way the world is right now. I mean, with things going on. So you're like, I can't believe this shit's happening, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about that one.
Yeah, I mean, he can take it from here, but I just want to say that that was the last song that we actually added to the record. We were going to just put, all this, that was the last one. So it's weird because the vinyl can only hold 12 songs, right?
Yeah.
But the CD has 13 because we wanted to put another song. We wanted to have 13. But anyway, Ashamed to Be Human was the last song to be on the record. And Tommy was like, dude, I got this badass song and it's called Ashamed to Be Human. And I got, all the lyrics for it, everything. And we've heard it and we were like, yeah, this is badass. But he was wondering more about the lyrics, like what you actually.
Yeah. The lyrics are just, my kind of, I'm just kind of got a fucking ass backwards opinion about society and shit, and ashamed to be a human, just like you were saying. You look at all the fucked up shit going on in the world and you're like, what the fuck are we doing,
Yeah. And
vibe.
And it's cool because, you can listen to that and think about it for anything, no matter what side you are on, like, if you, whatever game you're playing or whatever,
like hanging out with Mike. I look at him and I'm like,
I'm ashamed.
Ashamed to be a fucking human being.
Yeah.
Fuck, look at this guy.
Yeah. See, so there's something you can open your cell phone or turn on the TV and be ashamed to be human every day, multiple times a day, if you look hard enough.
Hell yeah.
You know what? It's funny. My first listen of the album was probably when I got the Advance, which was probably a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. And I had it on driving. And I was like, there's something about this album that it almost, and I hope this doesn't jinx anything, but there's almost like that Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction feeling as I was listening to it. Man. I was like,
badass. Yeah, because I love hearing that, because, man, that's what I was trying to do with like my soul, is just fucking badassery and just fucking in your face and wicked fucking ass shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have a Sweet Child of Mine on there, which is maybe unfortunate.
Yeah, we don't have that, but we have some rockin' shit.
Yeah, it was like, I remember the first time in '87 listening to that album, and thinking,
me too,
and thinking, what the fuck is this?
Look, I appreciate that because, we wanted the pedal down, to the floor in this record and just to be rocking. And we think we captured it. And to hear people like you that care enough to actually listen to the whole record and just kind of break it down. It's cool to hear.
It has attitude, which, which, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of albums now that don't have that attitude anymore, like that just are balls to the walls, hard rock, heavy metal, whatever you want to call it, that just, that break a little bit of barriers that don't.
Dude, you're making my day, dude. It's fucking awesome, man.
All right. Well, let's talk about Heaven's a Bitch. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm kind of curious about the thinking behind that lyric as well.
Yeah, well, that one is mostly Johnny.
Yeah.
So I don't, you'd have to ask him, or we'd have to. Yeah. I mean, musically, it's funny. It's more of a Zeppelin vibe, I think. Something like what's that song? What's that?
What is
Custard Pie? Custard Pie.
Yeah.
But I look, it just reminds me of that. It's got that guitar at the beginning, and it's a fun song. But yeah, that it's just it's something that Johnny came up with, and as a producer, and I produce them. We tweak the lyrics and melody here and there, but it was mostly him for that the main theme of that. So try not to speak on it and then have him go, that's not actually what the song is about.
Well, it's what, as we're talking about that, I mean, getting back to guitars, what about gear for you guys on the album?
Well, on the album, so for me, I'm a Les Paul, I'm a Gibson guy. Tommy can rock a lot of stuff with whammy bars, and that's a whole different league and ball game. If you're asking me, it's just something I never really went down. So I'm just a basic, Les Paul Marshall guy. We can just leave it at that. And I like my pedals and stuff, but that's basically what I do. And I bring that fat kind of warm rhythm to it. And him, you can
I just like to, as I get older, man, I really like to just explore more and try different things. I love pedals and making crazy sounds and just, having fun, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's about for me anymore. And I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I have a great time.
Yeah, he buys a lot of different pedals and we experiment with them, and we'll create some, like the beginning and the end of Rock and Roll Alien has this weird kind of like alien type sounds and stuff. And we created that kind of on the whim, and he's just turning, twisting knobs.
A lot of that on the record where it's just that, like if you hear a little sound effect thing, like the beginning of Penny Man, I mean, that's a good example. And everything on this record has just fallen into place. I mean, we did that in one take. We're like, well, that sounded good.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's just keep that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff happened like that. But yeah, as far as gear, bunch of different guitars. I mean, I rocked Tellys, I rocked Les Pauls, and he probably used 6 different guitars.
A lot of different guitars, a lot of with Floyd Roses, the AXN, Jacksons.
Strat, you even use the Strat. It's just one of those, try this, or oh, that guitar's vibing right now, or this guitar sound, and
I did use Mike's Carina Explorer on Rock and Roll Alien rhythm. It's badass.
Yeah. So we're both guitar geeks, so we love trying different stuff. But we didn't like, dwell on stuff either, though. Like we weren't going, we found what we were looking for.
That's really important. Like, I feel is lately that's how I've been recording, man. For the most part, I lay something down and that's it. And there it is.
Instead of like
to really obsess over it, make sure it was perfect. I just don't do it as much anymore.
Yeah,
that's cool. Now,
because there's a certain rawness to it that we're like, nah, this is cool. Like even if it's not perfect, but
when you guys are doing guitars, are they like cranked? Like they're friggin' loud in the studio?
Not always, but yeah.
Sometimes it's, it just depends, like it's funny because like we do use a lot of plugins. Like I'm a studio guy and I used to be against that. Oh, live amps, we got to mic everything. And, but I started going, you know what, well, let's just get a sound real quick and get, see if we can lay down a scratch. But I started getting such good sounds out of a guitar through a killer preamp, and then some killer EQ and compression, and then into
most guitars are done on those.
Yeah, then we're like listening back and we're like, it could take us all day to mic up a cab and get it to sound as good as what we just did.
That's crazy.
So we just we left a lot of it, but a lot of the record I already had recorded, like I said, before Tommy was even in the band, and that was with a lot of live amps and stuff. But again, probably just Marshalls, modded Marshalls, regular Marshalls, old Marshalls, new Marshalls. So, I would just kind of just wing it, and I go, this sounds good, and we just went with it.
Is that what you guys use live as Marshalls? Live?
For the most part.
A lot, yeah. We have been experimenting with other stuff every now and then.
Yeah, just like guitars, Tommy has a ton of different heads and boutique. We have boutique heads. We have regular, Marshall JMPs, JCM 800s, JCM 2000s. And then we have Wizards and Bogners and
Lick Lighter.
Yeah, his buddy Lick Lighter. He's been rocking this head.
Just been working. We're working his head.
Yeah,
I've been enjoying.
And it sounds incredible. He just bought a Soldano that used to be mine that I sold to somebody, and he bought it back. And so,
wow.
Yeah, we love it. It's part of the fun.
That's awesome. Now, I love the concept of the 2 back-to-back tracks that kind of. Are they supposed to coincide with each other? Because you've got Rock and Roll Alien, then Rock and Roll Mofo, which is a lot of swearing in that song, which I loved.
Yeah. So which one? The swearing in
Rock and Roll Mofo has a lot. There's a lot in there, which was great. I mean, it's like, whoa, when you first heard it, like that's friggin' that over the top. It's awesome. But was that coincidental?
Well, here's the thing: is Tommy, that's an old Tommy song on one of his solo records, not the Skin Suit one. But
no, that's Skin. Before Skin Suit, I made. Yes, that's the record. I made 2 solo records before Skin Suit, and it's from that.
Yeah, so it's not called Rock and Roll Mofo. So you'll have to look it up and figure out which one.
Fucking sucking, drinking. It was all the letters of that.
It was all the letters of the chorus.
Yeah, it was a mess. And we simplified the title.
So when Bad Marriage Camp heard that song, I'm like, we can make that a Bad Marriage
His
song.
wife heard it and turned him on to it and was like, hey, check it out.
One day she just called me. She's like, have you heard Tommy's solo stuff? I'm like, not too much of it. She's like, you got to check this one song out. And it was basically rock and roll mofo. I mean, we changed a little bit of stuff. We changed the arrangement on it.
Basically, yeah.
But it was 98% there, and we just kind of
rocking.
Yeah, we put our Bad Marriage spin on it. So to answer your question about that and Rock and Roll Alien was a song that had no vocals, no lyrics written, or no vocal melody, but Tommy had all of that music. And I said, wow, this is a killer song too. And then when I was actually, it's mostly me singing on that, the verses and the choruses, and Johnny's in there with me, but on the verses, I think it's primarily me. I forget sometimes until I hear the song. But anyway, that song resonated with me, the music, and I just started writing lyrics and writing vocal melodies, and I just came up with Rock and Roll Alien, and I kind of based it around him. Tommy's a rock and roll alien, and I kind of loosely based all the lyrics of
I'm a rock and roll mofo too.
Yeah,
actually.
So that, and I thought it'd be fun to like, you know what? Let's who has a song, 2 songs on the album that has Rock and Roll Alien. Yeah. So I'm like, let's just put them back to back.
Yep.
See how people like that.
I love it.
We just thought it was funny.
I thought it was cool. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, that's why I had to ask the question, because I was like, there has to be something in there, right?
Right.
So,
you're all right, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking right on.
now, the last one I want to ask about, because I don't want to talk about every song, because people should listen to the album.
Right.
They're
Sure.
listening to my show. Chokin'.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Cool title.
Hell yeah.
What can you guys say?
I love that song, man.
Yeah. I mean, badass song. I had the music, that main riff, and Tommy took a liking to it and played some crazy leads on it.
At my house.
Yeah. And that was, again, one that I pretty much wrote the vocals and the sang on most of it. And then I had Johnny come in after and, kind of help me out a little bit and do some really cool, like, trade-offs, like, I'll sing one piece of the verse and he'll come in and we'll kind of, ping pong. And it was like, wow, this is cool. And Tommy really liked that. He was just like, that's so cool how you guys are going back and forth
great.
like that. So we just ran with it. Something we've never done before, on previous releases or albums. So it's a fun song, man.
That's cool. You know what? It's funny, Tommy. It's like when I listened to this album, I was like, this is so you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, with me writing a couple of the few songs, you can get that edge from it, and then my soloing over it and that kind of stamp. It has become a lot of that, but it's very much a lot of it's a band, definitely. Yeah, but what's funny is every band I'm in, there's kind of that edge. I mean, and people say this all the time on my Facebook page, but since I left Tesla, I didn't even realize what I brought to them until after I left. And people say it all the time. And I definitely have something about my playing that's kind of a little edgy and rough around the edges. That is kind of like a stamp, I think, maybe.
Yeah, totally is.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I think that
That's what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. And look, as the producer of this whole thing, and like I said, I really take pride in recording and mixing and all that. I wanted him to run wild, and he just had all this stuff to present, and all of it was great. So I'm like, I'm like, I'll let Tommy run with it and rip. And just throw his shrapnel around on every song, and just kind of what we did. And I agree though. It's very Tommy heavy, but that's what we wanted. We wanted him to showcase himself and just get, throw it all out there.
And I don't mean that taking anything away from anyone else in the band. It's just, a good,
oh no, man.
It's a good fit. Is what?
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Totally.
Everyone's got their voice. Delaney would not be the same band without him, or Todd on the bass. Todd is a really amazing bass player. Does a lot of just cool riffs, and doesn't just do the normal kind of like I love, but just pedaling on a note, while you're rocking. But he does some really interesting bass stuff.
Yeah, he's got some tasteful stuff.
And then Johnny, forget about it.
Yeah,
he's a fucking freaking nature. So,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
and this guy,
we got a good little thing going, and we're just like people like you are glad that you're digging into the stuff and actually paying attention to it, because it makes it worth it for us.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now you guys did a cover of Denim and Leather.
Yep.
Love it.
That is so cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
Did you check that one out?
I did.
Yeah.
And I thought
that was a
you guys nailed it. It sounds
I
amazing.
love it.
Thank you.
I-
You know,
yeah.
we didn't change it too much. You know, we're not, you know, there's certain songs where, you know, you definitely want to make your own. And, you know, this was one where we're just kind of going like this, you know, and bowing to Saxon. And we just tried to do it justice with a Bad Marriage vibe to it. And
If you
know,
listen, there's a lot of shrapnel.
oh yeah, well, Tommy did his thing with that, you know, and
Listen to the leads, dude. It is flying around.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love that.
that was just a killer song. And I brought it to the guys and I'm like, dude, I really think we can do this. And, you know, they trusted me to lay it down. And I think everyone was pretty happy with it. We play that in the set a lot because it's so fun. And the people that do know it, not everybody knows it, you know, but the people that know it go wild. I mean, we can see it. We can see it just singing along and kind of like hitting their friends going, are they really playing Denim and Leather?
That's so cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
That's ballsy to do that. So
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
It's great.
Well, the thing is anything that's ballsy like that, I like to think we wouldn't actually release it if we didn't think that, you know, it was at least, you know,
good.
yeah, or just, you know, at least going, all right, yeah. So, you know, if we tried it in the studio and we're like, it's not really doing the original song justice, we wouldn't have released it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it sounds amazing. Now, tomorrow night, you guys are back out on the road.
Yes, we're actually leaving tonight. So the rest of the guys will be here in a couple hours. Tomorrow we're playing in a town called Cohoes, New York. Woo!
Yes.
Tommy keeps himself busy, so don't mind him. Cohoes, New York, with one of Chris Jericho, the WWE wrestler, one of his bands called Quarantine. I think they have a few original songs, but I also think they are a Kiss tribute to the unmasked version of Kiss. Again, I don't know too much about them. I'm excited to hearing them, but they're on the bill tomorrow and Friday night at the Rome Capitol Theater. So we got 2 dates with them, Quarantine, and we are also playing with the late great Ace Frehley's band. So they're trying they're trying to carry on and do the ultimate tribute. I mean, it was his band that he was playing with up until he passed. So that's going to be interesting. You know, we have played with Ace Frehley within the last 2 years. So it was a great show and they're great people. So
yeah, Philip Schoss is in that band, I believe. And I just had him on the show, and
Ryan,
Jeremy, right? Yeah. Who's singing?
You know what? Again, this is another thing where I don't really know. So, you know, I don't want to speak about it because I just don't know. I'm going to find out real soon. And
that's cool.
They're just all professionals, man. I'm sure it's going to sound great. And I think, I think it's a great thing. So hopefully it works out for them and they keep going. And if they want Bad Marriage to do some more shows with them down the road, we'd be happy to.
No, I think this is really cool. In August, you guys are doing the Mountain, I guess it's called, in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys
are
you guys are playing Saturday and Sunday, I believe.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? That is, so for anyone who doesn't know, the Mountain Festival, you're right, is in Gatlinburg. I think it's kind of, they do it every other year, but it's actually a spin-off. It's a part of the Monsters of Rock cruise. It's the same people that run that do the Mountain Festival. And this is our third one, actually. So 2 years ago, we played it, and we played twice as well. So it's just awesome that they let us play twice. And, it gives an up-and-coming band like Bad Marriage more of a chance to get heard, because in a festival like that, there's different stages, right? There's bands playing everywhere. So if someone's, if we're, when I say up against, like 2 years ago, we were up against Joan Jett. So obviously a lot of people want to go see Joan Jett. So in this case, if they do, they have a second chance to see Bad Marriage if they so want to. So it's cool that we get to play twice. And those festivals are just run so well. And it's, great people there. And it's going to be a blast.
I mean, I like this lineup better than the M3 lineup this year, because besides you guys, there's Vandenberg, White Lion, I guess Sebastian Bach is there, Dangerous Toys, Swedish band Crazy Licks, Warrant, Vixen, Steelheart, like 3 days of rocking out.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast, and I can't say enough about anything the Monsters of Rock Cruise does, because it's done very, very well and just super pro, and it's so fun,
It's fun.
and it's all good people. But you said Vandenberg, it was cool. We did a tour with Adrian a couple of years, 2 years ago.
Cool.
Yeah, we
Not
did.
that long ago, was it?
It was less than 2 years ago. Let's say that. But it was 12 shows with them, and they were opening for Vandenberg every night. Was awesome. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
you just
band,
reminded
actually.
me,
I love
sometimes
that band.
sometimes you forget who you tour, and you said
That was
Vandenberg. I'm like,
last year.
was it last year?
Yeah.
He's such a killer player too.
What do I know, Tommy?
Such a great player. Now, I did mention your website and your merch, because there's quite a bit of stuff on there. So maybe you guys, I mean, there's the vinyls and the CDs, which I mentioned, and there's other swag as well.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we're again, we like to carry that old school, tradition where you want to have kick-ass merch, and we're always trying to come up with new stuff for our core fans who, I'm a t-shirt collector, right? I like old vintage t-shirts. So I want to make sure we have I want different designs all the time, but really cool ones. And, we do tour shirts every time even if we do 5 shows, a 5-show tour or a 25 show, we like to have stuff for people to buy. And badmarriagemusic.com is our website, and you can find all that stuff there. And we're just excited to stay busy on this new album, man. We love the record, and people are really digging it, and we're selling a lot of stuff. Last night we signed about 15 different vinyl to be shipped out, and last week the same. And we had a huge successful pre-order thing, which was cool. And as you see, if you open that vinyl, there's a sheet in there you can pull out. And those are all the people's names in there that pre-ordered and helped us out. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you guys did that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Hopefully, I would love to go to that Gatlinburg festival. I think that would be killer. It's a bit of a hike. Where is Gatlinburg in relation to Nashville? Do you know?
I think it's a couple hours. Yeah, I'm bad with that stuff too. I know as far as flights, you have to fly into Knoxville and then drive. I think it's, again, don't quote me, but it's like 1 or 2 hours to Gatlinburg.
Yeah, come say hey if you're there. Come say hey to us.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. We'll definitely,
man. I would love to come to that. That would be a good weekend.
Totally.
Now, guys, I want to thank you for joining me today. It was a blast.
No problem.
And it was great talking about the album, because I am excited about this, as you know. Is there anything else you'd like to add before I let you go?
Just that, anyone who might watch this who doesn't really know who Bad Marriage is, or does know, we hope you dig the record and listen to it, and that's all we can ask for is to spread the word and pass it around that, and we're a newer rock band. I mean, we've been around, but we're trying to level up all the time.
This is the fucking most rad fucking music, man. It just is.
Yeah, we're
People
proud of
need
it.
to get with it.
That's right.
Yo,
Get on board or get left behind. But that's all, man. And it's all we can ask for is
we're going to try and be out there as much as we can this year playing live too. So we're going to do our best to stay out there, man. It's tough to do in this day and age for an upcoming band like us.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we got a bunch in the pipeline that we want to announce, and we're just waiting for confirmation and all that, business stuff. But we plan to stay busy this year.
Has Bad Marriage been up to Canada?
Yeah, we did a tour. It was brief, but when Tommy first joined the band, we toured with Enough's Enough and the Choir Boys, and and we did 3 different dates in
3 or 4 in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4 in Canada.
Were you in Toronto?
I think we were.
Toronto, we did. Quebec.
At the
Rock
Rock
Pile.
Yeah.
Man, I missed that. That kind of pisses me off that I missed
You were
that.
there.
Cool.
Yeah, you might, I don't know if you knew of us yet, then or whatever, but it's all good. I mean, hopefully we can come back.
Come back up there.
Well, I knew of Tommy joining the band. That was the most I had known.
Got it.
So, but like sometimes things just get lost in the shuffle. You're like, there's music. I get music all the time. So, but I'm glad that I was introduced to this. So,
sweet.
It's awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, you guys have a great night.
All right, man.
And
thank you.
We'll see you again.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Nice meeting you.
Bye. You too. Peace out.
All right, man.